Hello again, my excellent friends.
Here I come to save the day.
Fred, do something! Fred!
Good evening, everyone. Captain Cylon, thank you for the early, as I say, hydration. As we are getting squared away here. I forgot to switch over, Frosty Bot's personality from Tracer to Lace Harding, so it should be reflecting that the rest of the way and the rest of the week. Let me just adjust this here. There we go. So hope everybody had themselves a good day today. I was thoroughly reminded of how much I hate shoveling snow. Granted, we just had like a few inches of snow, but you know what? A few inches ends up being a lot when you have to clear steps. Thankfully, I haven't, like my neighbors back in their home, and they cleared the walkway that leads to the steps, and so I just had to clear my steps, but then I have a much longer piece of the sidewalk to shovel. Yeah, it is cold. It is cold outside. To say the least, it is cold. Damn cold, like 26 degrees. Even with the space heater on right here, it's like 57 degrees in my room, which isn't bad, but I hate salting. Yeah, I keep forgetting. I need to get me a bag of salt and make sure to start putting that stuff down. But it snows so infrequent. But it has snowed so infrequently. So, but still. So one thing I do hate when it snows is that it's like Well, there goes my excuse. It's like, oh, if I don't want to cook, because I would do takeout, but it covers like the because I have a nice fenced in area, and I meet the like delivery drivers and stuff at my fence as opposed to having them come all the way up to my door. And so it's like that's all covered with snow. It's like, yeah, I ain't shuffling that. Uh, yeah. All right. So now, obviously, tonight we are getting back to Dragon Age, the Veilguard, this evening. But before we get into that, I did make the promise that we had some comments regarding one of the clips from Saturday night. And you'd figure since that is all Dragon Age related, keep it, together and so forth here. So I did create a new screen here. So this way it should pop up there. There we go. So we got the comments here on this side of it. Let's zoom this in. So let's see what these idiots say, and we are not obscuring their screen names or anything. Their screen names are on full display. All right, so the clip in question, obviously.
He like runs away, so just make sure to focus on the golems here, right? So just focus on those guys, and then afterwards we'll get back to the boss. That did not work out the way I was hoping it would have. Oh well. We will come over here and review them. So the clip in question is when we meet Trash and she roasts the dude with her dragon's fire. So Yeats Ahoy 786 said, well, sounds like she lost the argument. Oh, how clever, because she literally roasted him. It's clear to me that this person has not played Dragon Age, or they don't know the context of the fire. But I know, based on what I've seen elsewhere, that this is clearly a comment. Oh, well, it's just a quote-unquote woman burning someone with their words, making them feel powerful. Like, no, she's literally roasting them with fire because Tash is like a dragon. Part dragon, or has some dragon aspects about her character, which actually gets explained shortly thereafter that scene happens. Especially if you do her initial companion quest. It ain't that hard to understand. It really isn't. Then you have this asshole, the N Tum Tum, saying, didn't want Dragon Age to die, but I'm glad this game flopped. What a horrible mess. Well, it did not flop. Sales were actually pretty damn good. Now you have folks saying, oh, it's the most refunded game in history. Like, really? Like, so you mean to tell me there are a bunch of people who intentionally bought the game only to ask for refund? Because there are those people out there. There are specific amounts of people out there who literally buy games, particularly on Steam, and then refund them straight away without playing them. So there is that. So you have folks who intentionally are going out there to sabotage it, but it did not flop. Did it meet the sales expectations of what Dragon Age Dogma or Final Fantasy? What was it? Dragon's Dogma 2 and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth? No. It did not. But at the same time, it was not a flop by any stretch of the imagination. Then you have, what was it, Tommy Gun Torres. I wonder if these two are actually the same person. But this guy's a Flyers fan. So, instantly, more likely he's an idiot. Granted, I like the Flyers too, but... And I am a self-described idiot. But... Some says, I'm so glad this game failed. Like, really? You're so glad it failed, which means you're happy that many people have potentially are being put out of work if the game truly did fail. So, and then we have Your Gamer is Bay, X Bay. Why do they pick such terrible voice actors for these roles? The dialogue is horrible too, but the voice acting is so annoying. No, it isn't. The only criticism I've actually had on the voice acting is that Harding and Bella sound a bit too similar. Especially if you have them in the companion party at the same time, at least to me, with earbuds on and how I have my audio set up with on the Xbox side. That's just it. That's the only thing. They're looking more likely at the Steam numbers because Steam is probably is like everyone's public figures. Week 1, past expectations. Yeah. So either which way. So we acknowledge the idiots. It's not a good thing. Yeah. It is not a good thing. Not by any stretch of that imagination. But I'm willing to bet, because that's the only clip from the bunch that I've sorted through, of the ones, when you see me reaching over, I'm literally hitting a button on my Stream Deck to take clips, because, well, and I go through them and decides which ones I want to keep, which ones go on TikTok, which ones go on YouTube, etc. It in part for the BRB reels that you see when I take a break. Yeah. Plus, a lot of the layoffs and stuff in the gaming industry are related to like the overexposure of things to the or COVID was like, oh, okay, everyone's home, everyone's gaming and everything, and yeah, that was an unsustainable bubble. We all knew that, well, but if anything, I would want to check at some point. What is gaming's employment levels now in comparison to pre-COVID? Because if they return to like pre-COVID levels, then it's like, well, it's just a return to normal. But well, there we go. Still. We acknowledge the idiots and we put them on blast here. And since I do know that the archive streams do get watched, maybe not either eventually or somewhat, folks are going to actually see that. And my direct response to those comments that were left. Supposedly it's worse than pre-COVID levels. Supposedly. Well, let's also keep in mind, they're trying to push for AI. Yeah, well, here's the thing. Here's the thing with AI. Granted, FrostyBot is AI. All right? But it's limited to as being a reactive bot and, you know, summarizing things and things of that sort. It's essentially anything that could be put into, like, Stream Elements, or if Stream Elements wanted to add such a functionality to it. But the thing with AI is that, oh yeah, you can like use AI, but here's the thing: you gotta double check the work for AI. The guy, Pirate Software, I think the guy's name is Thor. He used to work at Blizzard, and he actually, there was a video or something that explained like how AI is to be utilized. In that you can't really get rid of the staff because in favor of AI, because you're going to need that staff to double check and fix whatever an artificial intelligence creates. An artificial intelligence is only going to be pulling in from the data it has available to do anything. Yeah, we rated. I think we dropped in on one of the streams once. When one of our streams ran super long. I think our first night, one of our nights of Mass Effect, we dropped over there because of how. So we went over there. Yeah, he's So it's like long hair dude. It has a very, very deep and eloquent voice. So, but that's the thing with AI, because you look at an AI art generator, yeah, it's like it'll give you like the idea of an image, but it's not gonna give you exactly what you want. Like you, and I don't think that it's gonna work in any shape, way, or form. Yeah, AI is not gonna, like, in the gaming space. The only way AI will truly works, and even then, is like you have artificial intelligent bots. We see that in all sorts of games, and that but even then, it's like the amount of training and programming stuff. If you wanted, if folks were going to go heavily into the AI, I'm not encouraging it in any shape, way, or form, except in the form of FrostyBot, in terms of where it's an actual useful tool that adds to an existing experience. If it's used in a complementary fashion, fine. If it's being relied on to do everything, not fine. It's and trust me, I know firsthand. I was like working in market research as I'm waiting for the new assignments, first assignments for 2025 to start rolling in. What I got very, very used to folks saying, "Hey, are you an AI?" Says, "No, I'm not an AI," and it's like, it's reaching that point. Granted, you don't where it's like, okay, you want like a genuine human experience. And you know what? I'm actually got like a great turnaround refusal, as what we say in my line of work. For it's like going forward, it's like, well, it's not any AI. It's like, get a real job. Okay, fine. You want AI? You want uh, folks want you want an artificial intelligence taking over everything? Then, well, if you do the survey with me, that means AI. If you're scared about AI, do the survey, and it ensures I keep my job. So it's like, so there you go. But but that's beside the point. But in terms of what I was trying to say is like AI in its own way, when utilized correctly, it can serve as a great complementary tool. Because because every streamer uses some form of bots under stream. I use Sports Score Bot, obviously. I use Stream Elements. I use FrostyBot. Uh, so somebody has to programming them. Somebody has to maintain them. There's like the coding and stuff like that. When something goes wrong, something needs to be fixed at all times. Such as recently when FrostyBot has gone down. Granted, that was a Twitch related issue, but again, it's to complement, it's to help enhance the quality of the stream, or at least make it helps. In my case, make my streams like this. Seeing some jobs get cut because they're having select employees use generative AI to do the work of 3 people instead of 1, instead of employing those 3 people. But then the work that gets generated sucks, and time is being wasted to like fix or improve the work that was artificially generated. Believe me, I see that since part of my income comes from creative writing and taking on commissioned story work. Is like, and I have a unique way of writing. It's like if my way of speaking doesn't always seem correct in terms of my grammar and stuff, you can imagine my writing is not exactly as elegant, is about as unelegant either, or as well. So, but I have seen where folks try to use AI and stuff in their writings, and you can always tell because the phrasing doesn't sound natural as if someone wrote it. Um, to try and get a quick buck. That's essentially it. They try to muscle themselves into somebody's into a creative space. I've seen it on Fiverr as well. It's like if you go on Fiverr, or for folks looking when I was looking for emotes and things of that sort, uh, earlier, like a few months ago. Oh, believe me, I just like the number of AI generated emotes that I saw, and the number of people on Fiverr in their profile saying it's like yes, they use AI generated work. It's like, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And I gotta keep that eye out there for music too. It's part of why I stopped using. I started using like obscure like gaming music at the very beginning of the stream, because the person I had commissioned some of the music, some of the original music I've used, uh, started using AI generated music as well. It's like, okay, why am I paying for like new music for my channel if you're using an AI music generator? I can go and pay and use the AI music generator myself and have something made. No, I want something genuine and stuff like that. So. Can't really do it on the outro. Oh, I'm actually in the process of looking for like a good outro theme off of like the old gaming stuff. But anyway, those rants aside here. And those watching on the YouTube side, about 8 days from the time this stream is here, if you want to be part of the conversation that normally takes place at the beginning of the streams, then come over on the Twitch, do the live streams. Because until Stream Elements announced this is like the beta version of multi-streaming to different platforms is fully working without any bugs or crashes. You won't see me streaming. You won't see this dual streams on Twitch and YouTube anytime soon. You know what? I'm about to say, where are my glasses? And I forgot to put my glasses all the way over here. Hey, you know what's also really imbalancing? Like about 2 years ago, I was trying my hand at Dragon Ball What If stories for my YouTube channel. Like a what if Vegeta were female? And like I commissioned a piece of artwork. It was like, okay, to be made, and then it turns out that the artwork that I was going to use for the thumbnails, they were AI generated. You still got your Christmas tree up? Yeah, I took it down. I took it down like New Year's Day. It's like because I did 2 Daria videos on the day I took it down. So it was like New Year's Day. I brought it down. Well, and by brought it down, I mean just took it up to what is essentially the living room. But it's where like the shovels, the lawn trimmer, and various other implements that you won't think would keep in the basement are. But you know what? Here's why. Here's also why I have like all that stuff upstairs, because it's easier for me to take that stuff out through the front door than it is through the back door when I come to, especially when doing any type of yard work. It's just like, also you could dare say, I'm a lazy fucker. All right. Story quest. Main story.
0% discover. I'm kind of curious what they're getting off by that. On the same Habsburg. Unravel. Continue adventuring until an expert arrives. All right. So trying to remember exactly. Wait, wasn't there? Or did I do that quest? All right. Alrighty. So, adventuring we go. Adventuring we go. Alright. Use the fast travel. Abuse the fast travel.
Trouble nearby.
Over there. That could be the haunting spirit Myrna told us about.
The Veil Jumpers talk about a spirit roaming these woods. The gods showed up. We called the Nocturnix.
My dreams. Where have they gone?
All right. Easy difficulty is why it exists. Alrighty. We go in and we do the explore things.
Balara, other than you and Rook, I've never heard about Veil Jumpers. But I missed that.
Oh, well, we're new. Just started up recently. Look, there.
What were we saying?
Oh, well, we're new.
You. It's not enough you disturb my sleep. Now you interrupt my journey in the waking world.
Sounds like the trapped demon in the necropolis.
It's a great deception. I'll flay you alive before you find the treasure I
Good to go.
Neat.
Demon knew us. It sounded exactly like the one trapped behind that sealed door in the necropolis.
Sure did.
The note I found said we had to defeat lesser demons before we could reach the one sealed away. But maybe it was wrong. They're all the same demon?
Alrighty. Kind of wonder if the left trigger is starting to act up. It wouldn't surprise me. Let's see. The only good AI is Frosty and Edie. Let's just put that out.
The shrouded halls have been left in a appalling condition.
memory wane.
We got rid of that haunting in Arlathan.
It sleeps once again.
Excellent work. What tidings?
The spirit's block. Prepare well. Prepare for the hunt.
Okay. Hosberg. All right, we roll in to Docktown. You know what? I probably am going to want Harding in the party to meet Morgan.
Better be ready.
Ah.
There's something over there.
necropolis.
Is it pride that mold you? Do you think you can succeed in facing me where the Venatori failed?
Oh yes, we...
Two demons down. Or two versions of the same demon.
I've seen spirits in Arlethan split themselves like this, but they never went as far as this demon's avatars.
They seem to die like anything else.
Okay, well, since we're here... Hello, Lucas. Welcome. It's your first time here. Hope you're having a good day today. Welcome to the casual land.
Harding and not Lace. Is that a Ferelden thing?
Oh, that's just a me thing. Charter called me Scout Harding, and it just stuck.
Huh. But I can call you Lace, right? It's such a pretty name and unusual. Pretty unusual. Ooh, or unusually pretty. One of the two. Or both.
Hey, we're doing all right despite the cold and the snow.
Oh, good. I just wanted to check. Casey hated it.
Yeah. Oh. Where does fast travel? Yep, bit of a rogue elf.
Minrathus has gone to the dogs. The Archon doesn't care.
Not to mention a bit of an outfit that was acquired via the
Because
pirates.
his cats live here.
Tall rogue elf. In a land of very short humans.
Masked mystery. Secrets of the Viper. Reliable source.
We run around and we eliminate the true enemies. Boxes. Oh, wait. Thank you, Captain Cylon. Don't forget the barrels. Yep. The barrels are evil.
Dragon. Victory shows city strength.
Yep, first playthrough. Trying to be as thorough as possible. Pet the kitty. Not my first Dragon Age game. We did Origins and for a second time, and 2 for a first time, and revisited Inquisition last year. Wait, where is the third? Wait, there's a...
Did I hear you right? You've been to Halam Sharal, the Winter Palace?
Only for one night. And I saw mostly the gardens and the stables.
Oh, that must have been grand.
Gardens, yes. Stables? Fancy stables.
Where is the...
smell better.
Okay, where is the... Oh, never mind. Taking his place, went under. Buttons were right. Okay. Didn't realize only 2 things were absolutely needed, but... It was whispers in the fog. I spoke after everything that's happened. Okay.
Whispers, offers. Someone made a deal with a demon.
Alright, so... After not realizing that there was only 2 switches that needed to be locked into place, we continue onward to meet Morgan.
And now a dragon. I heard some people lost their homes. I wish there was something I could do.
Nobody pay attention to the elf smashing barrels for no apparent reason. Oh, Harding comes automatically.
Why did Morgan want to meet in Minrathous? Isn't she helping the Veil Jumpers in Arlathan?
Indeed. But today,
Morgan,
we have a
hi!
guest, and she needed the anonymity that only a city provides.
Well, look who it is.
Good to see you, Lace.
Rook, you remember how Varric and I served the Inquisition? Well, this is Inquisitor Trevelyan, the woman who led us all.
How many famous people do you know, Harding? Should I expect the Divine to show up?
She also served in the Inquisition, but we didn't talk much.
Morrigan and Harding have told me about what you've accomplished since taking over for Varric. You've put together an impressive team, and you've got the best chance, maybe the only chance, to stop Elganon and Gillenane.
Well, let's see.
I won't let you down.
Don't worry about me. Worry about the people you've recruited, and about the people...
That has to be a prosthetic for the arm of
I
where...
sealed the breach because I had people like Cassandra, Leliana, and Cullen with me from the start. Without Dorian's magic and Josephine's diplomacy, we never would have come together to stop Corypheus. Years later, I had to disband the Inquisition, but I never lost the friends who had gotten me through it all. Ultimately, they're the only ones you can really count on. Do right by them, and you'll find your way.
We've got the makings of a good team, I think. We'll do
It's a
our
very
best.
good team.
And while you do so, Rook, the Inquisitor will do her best to ensure that the rest of the world remains intact. A daunting prospect, given that most of the South is under siege by Darkspawn.
It's that bad?
If not for the Inquisitor, the South would have collapsed completely. She has not been idle while you assembled your team.
How are you here?
If the South is in such turmoil, why come up here just to talk? And how did you get here so fast?
Did you think you were the only one to unlock the secrets of the Illuvians?
Morgan helped the Inquisition use the Illuvians to travel.
While I lack the Dreadwolf's Viravus, I may still scurry between the walls of this world to be where I might do the most good. The
Morgan
Inquisitor
is
asked me
aged so
to, and I thought
gracefully.
It might help you to meet her.
I thought the gods were mostly active up here. It's really that bad in the South?
Elganon and Gillenane have indeed restricted their activities to the north. But the forces they deployed to the south, the strange new Darkspawn, have spread fear and corruption greater than any blight in history.
Darkspawn have cut through the center of Vorlay. Valrorio and Halam Shiral are barely holding out. Ferelden would have fallen already, if not for help from Orzammar. With Denerim lost, the Fereldans are holding the line at Redcliffe. The Free Marches have the worst of it. Acting Viscount Aveline Valen led the evacuation of Kirkwall. She's taking her people and what's left of her army to help Prince Vale keep Starkhaven.
Maker, we didn't know. My ma...
Don't worry. I called in a favor with the Divine. Your mother's safe with some old friends.
Thank you.
The Inquisition might be gone, but my name still carries some weight.
How much weight?
Get people working together where they can. Again, the South is my problem, not yours, Rook. You stop the gods, and I'll make sure the rest of Thedas doesn't fall to the Blight.
We can probably gather an army. And we kind of are good with some of the connections. So, like, we could use the spies.
What I really need right now is information. If you have anyone who can help.
I'm sorry. The only reliable sources of information I have up here are Morrigan, Dorian, and Harding.
All of whom are already helping us. I understand.
Well, so much for
The
that.
Inquisitor did not come all this way to leave you with empty words, however. She brought something no one else could.
A wolf statuette.
We've seen
And
some
we
of
found
those.
others like it in the crossroads. Where'd you find yours?
I found it right around the time Solus's ritual failed, when he was pulled into the Fade. We've examined the magic, and it's tied to the Veil. To him. Somehow.
Solus is ancient, and his magic is part of him in a way far beyond that of mortals. I suggest you take it to the crossroads and see if something in the lighthouse calls to it. Perhaps it will yield some insight into your new ally.
Huh.
I appreciate it. Solus has been helpful while he's trapped in the Fade.
Yeah, but how
Anything that can
trustworthy
help
is
me
he?
get inside his head will help counter him getting inside mine.
Wisely spoken. Solus rarely lies directly, but he finds ways to weave the truth into a noose you find yourself wearing.
He uses
I
Jedi
consider
mind
Solus a
tricks.
friend. I'd hoped to convince him to see reason. It's too late for that now. But still, if this can give you some insight, help you understand him, whatever it turns out to be, I hope that it helps.
We should go, Inquisitor. The armies in the south need you.
Right. Harding, stay sharp. You're my eyes in the north.
Always, Inquisitor.
Rook, good luck. If I come across anything else that can help, you'll be the first to know.
Thank you.
I'm trying to think, is like, how often is it in games, especially if they're sequels or part of a franchise, one main character actually from the pre-game talks to the second main character of a follow-up game? And the closest one I can think of is Revan from Knights of the Old Republic appearing in the Old Republic MMORPG.
Father gives me an allowance and I barely use any of it. I could go...
I mean, I could be wrong on that. You know what? Let's bounce over here. Message from the file from the front. All right. The situation is indeed grim. It's chat with the cast.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
Please do. I need to hear an actual voice now and then.
He has a voice.
Why?
I'm starting to dream that I'm a griffin. Squawk.
Keep dreaming. It's good to have goals in life.
The real dream is getting him to take a nap. So what brings you by?
Just curious, really. Wondering what it's like being a Grey Warden. They've always been these legendary warriors living apart from the world.
Don't know about that. I spent time with people who were bad right up till they took their vow.
How so?
Weishaupt is the last stop for the wrong sort. If you're facing prison or worse, you can always join the Grey Wardens and take your chances with the Blight.
Ooh. Let's get some lore.
I've heard about Weishaupt. Never been there.
It's a giant fortress and home of the Grey Wardens. It's been standing for as long as anyone remembers. At least since the first Blight.
Does it have floating buildings like the lighthouse?
No, but things float up from the latrines.
Fun bunch you hang out with.
Yeah, that's a bit disturbing.
The Wrong Sword have their charm.
And just how wrong are the wrong sort?
Very.
Thieves, brigands, pirates, and the odd murderer now and then.
Sounds fun. Right up to the murdering.
At least now they're murdering Darkspawn.
So why is the first warden a prick?
Always been, well,
a stubborn bastard?
One way of putting it.
He means well in his own way. He's old-fashioned. Tradition is everything. Keeps us disciplined. We never deviate from it.
He'll have to. Algernon and Gillenane won't play by his rules.
If he even believes in them. The man doesn't have much imagination. Even the right sort can be the wrong sort.
You don't seem the wrong sort.
No one's born a hero.
You're really selling it.
It gets better. When Darkspawn threaten a village, when innocent people are in danger, then we swoop in, swords held high, armor gleaming, while 100 faces look to us for salvation. And they all live to see the sunrise because of what we do.
Okay.
All right, he's overselling it.
Best part is the warden fighting alongside you. Maybe they've done some bad things in the past, but after that day, it's different. There's some honor in their life where there wasn't before. Nothing like seeing redemption happen before your eyes.
We all need that chance. Put past sins to right.
It makes the warden stronger to have people in our ranks who've lived in the shadows. When the storm comes, you don't want farmers and florists fighting archdemons.
Are you sure?
The wrong sort to put the world right.
Kind of like us, I suppose.
Minus the skeleton butler.
Oh, I don't know. Man for the warden. Has a ring to it.
How about we quit while we're ahead? See you around.
Anyway, so a nice little conversation there. The Thrash. Alright. So 2 in the kitchen and then Valara.
Why do you run around in fancy mage clothes?
Because I like them?
You're barely even wearing a shirt.
You fight Anton with a bare midriff.
Yes. Oh, wow.
We're fine. Just trading fashion tips. So what I wear is a problem for you?
It's not. It's just... Why dress like that? Are you trying to make your mother happy?
Yeah, talk to us here.
Gosh, what's going on? Something is clearly bothering you.
My bet's on mothers and dresses.
It's just something my mother said the other day. That I act more like a man than a woman.
And you feel like you should wear dresses to make her happy?
No. Can you imagine me in a dress? I'd look stupider than I'd look stupid.
It's not about the... Ooh. Ooh.
This isn't about the dress, is it? No, it's... I don't know. She always says stuff like that. About how I dress, how I act.
And?
It feels... right. When she says I act more like a man.
Alright.
It feels... right. Why does it feel right?
Tosh, do you like being a woman?
Nobody likes being a woman.
Ah.
This is stupid. Forget I said anything.
Okay.
I used to tell myself things that sound like what you're saying. I felt wrong in my own skin. I didn't know why. I figured everyone felt like that, so I pushed it away and tried not to think about it. Until one day I finally realized what was wrong. I'd grown up in this box the world made for me. This is what a man is. This is what a woman is. But I wasn't a man, and I wasn't a woman. I was me. So, what? You just changed?
Okay, so I'm about as I'm about as cisgendered male as one could get here. So I'm trying to navigate this.
No right or wrong answers here, but what the fuck? Yes, that.
I didn't just anything. It was hard. It was embarrassing. I had a lot of ugly thoughts about parts of myself I'd always been ashamed of. I'd packed it all down. I had to let it out and feel everything I spent years trying not to feel. But it was better than spending my life hating what I saw in the mirror. And you're saying I'm like you? One of the first things you told me was, you don't get to tell me who I am. Whether you're like me, or dealing with some other pain, well, only you can figure that out. Okay. I'll try. And thanks for telling me about you. Anytime.
So I think I navigate that, clearly not a right or wrong answer there. But I think that is actually, an interesting topic of discussion there, and that's actually a strong. It's actually, made me think of like, okay, what would be the right thing to say there? You try to put this is why I like role playing games. It's like, okay, how do I apply what's in this large melon on top of my neck into the context of the game world? So for better or worse, okay.
Lucanus, where is he?
What's the chat over
I
here?
cannot say.
Who created you?
I cannot say.
What can you say?
I cannot say.
Right. Deserve that.
Got the archive spirit working, I see?
Rook, you're here. And I did. Sort of. A little bit. It appears, but it won't tell me anything.
You simply ask the wrong questions. A common affliction of the weak-minded.
Also that. It's kind of mean.
Just insult it right back. Assuming you know how to insult a spirit.
I've never thought about it. How would you do that? Emmerich might know. That is an idea. Syrian learned a lot, taught me a lot about these archives. They have, well, not thoughts like us, but sort of pathways, I guess. They can only respond to specific questions, worded in specific ways.
When you really get into it, the role probably lives in your head as a separate entity. They're like, I don't want to pick this option, but the character is taking a life of its own.
Someone you see as lesser.
How will you talk to someone you see as lesser? Well.
Given our examples, I'd be kind of a demanding jerk.
Right. So let's try that. Archive, tell me who built you.
One of the greatest of Elvenan, a steward of her glory. Truly, I was blessed to bathe in his warmth. Anaris built me, and to him I shall someday return.
You mean the Forgotten One?
I cannot say.
Good point. That was us.
Anaris.
Yep. Well, believe me, I know. Trust me, I have my head canon when it comes to the Shepherd, Femship in particular, in the Mass Effect games. Like, nope, there's a certain way.
Or they'll come for you. Unlike our so-called good gods, which, well, we saw what happened there. So who knows what they really were? The Forgotten Ones. They used to say Solus was one, so Best case scenario, like him. Worst case, well, you heard it talk.
Right. So this thing's dangerous if it belonged to one of them.
Could be, but still important and invaluable. Everything Anaris knew, this thing knows, and my people deserve to know. If I can get it to tell me.
Archive, tell me about the Dread Wolf.
An ideologue and a fool who will soon pay the price. When Anaris dispatches the Evanuris, he will spare a thought for Fen'Harel.
And the Evanuris?
Archive, tell me about the Evanuris.
A group of cowards, hiding behind their more powerful magic and superior numbers. Their jealousy of Anaris was palpable. Their war is unending. But Anaris will prevail.
Have fun with the condescending spirit.
I'll try. Could be worse, I guess.
Worse, like the wound of betrayal Lord Anaris suffered. Soon he will cast down the oppressors and take his rightful place.
What a shame. I can't stay longer. Good luck.
Appreciate the support.
Yeah, provide all the support. Which... Okay, so who is... All right.
Back, demon! No further! Isn't standing up to them supposed to work?
Let Lucanus go. Don't make us hurt both of you.
What's going on? Lucanus?
It's not Lucanus, it's the demon.
The
it's
demon?
taking him over. He's trying to leave.
Smells like jam and brimstone.
Rook, do something!
Lucanus, wake up!
Ugh. What the?
You tried to walk through the Alluvion in your sleep.
In his sleep?
Want it out.
Spike Boy is a good boy. Leave him alone.
I need coffee.
You can't just caffeinate your way out of this.
It's hard for Spike to take control when I'm awake, so I try to stay awake.
You can't just stay awake forever. I think that would kill you.
I'll be more careful next time.
Can we talk to Spite?
We have to make Spite understand that he's endangering you.
He's Spite, not learning. He doesn't listen to anyone. Don't worry about it. This won't happen again. And thanks.
Now, question is, where is... And where's Manfred at? Oh, he's up. All right, Emmerich, what's involved?
Rook, interested in visiting the Memorial Gardens?
What are you up to?
I must tend to some rites in the necropolis. I'd like to show you its more peaceful side.
Okay, neat. So if Manfred is on the upper stairs... Wait. No, he must be... He must be outside. I think. See, this is me being easily distracted. Ah. Wait, I'm playing rock, paper, scissors? I want to see that again. Okay. That was actually, you know, cool interactions there. Dramatic cutscene?
You cannot do this, Algernon. You swore that we would give up our commands when this horrific war was over.
Our people need our leadership. If you're unwilling, leave.
Our people must rebuild, and we must help unite them.
So, we did not fight for freedom, but to conquer this land and our own.
We fought to win, and now the Evanuris are as gods. I do not answer to Mythal's annoying lapdog.
The people are afraid. They must believe in something.
They need strength.
And wisdom.
They need gods who can protect them.
We are not gods. You will learn that.
Every lapdog hides a wolf inside.
Huh. That's certainly interesting.
That was strange. They were speaking Elven, but I understood it.
I believe we have experienced a memory in each of our native languages.
Not just any memory. One of the Dreadwolves.
And the mages who declared themselves my gods? Well, mine and Davrin's, and Rook's.
There they are, the Elven creators. You know how many Dalish legends I learned? Parables I was supposed to learn from? Kinda hard to take them seriously, now that I've seen all the politics.
I wish they were monsters. Something grand and terrible.
They are grand and terrible.
They're no better than Tevinter nobles.
But no worse, either. They were people. And people can let you down.
Alright, what else can we take from this memory?
Elgranon was hungry for power. Did anything he could to get it, and to hold on to it.
Then Solus, furious at Elganon's installing himself as a despot, started his rebellion.
There's another moving part in this. Mythal. She was keeping the peace.
Mythal and Solus were close. The Inquisition found a temple to Mythal, and there were wolf statues everywhere.
Yeah, we
Then
did.
She sides with Elgranon over him. A betrayal.
I think I get where Mythal is coming from.
Really?
You've just finished some big war, everyone is exhausted, and now Elgranon won't give up power. If Mythal sided with Solus, would Elgranon have backed down?
Not a chance.
It would have led to another war. Mythal tried to keep the peace.
And Solus must see that, but still can't accept that she chose peaceful politics over his ideals.
Perhaps these murals aren't simply memories. They're what Solus wishes to forget.
His regrets. That means they're a way to learn his weak points.
Why are we worried about Solus? He's trapped.
Right.
Yeah, well.
But the Dread Wolf was the god of trickery. He's looking for a way out. Bet on it.
Meanwhile, keep your eyes open in the crossroads. If there's a way to restore the rest of these murals, Solus would have kept it in his hideaway. It'd be nice to get inside his head for a change.
As opposed to vice versa. It was like a good meeting there. A memory of false gods. Well, at the very least, we will have a title for the stream in the YouTube archives. Oh wait, I would have found a few. I found a few of these.
I was not certain you would come.
You were the one who walked away. I never turn my back when my friend needs me.
The Evanurus seek the magic of the Blight.
Impossible.
The Blight is magic?
Safely sealed away forever.
Though I wish I could believe you, I have sensed the breaking of the wards.
I will investigate your claims. If they forget the danger of the Blight, I will endeavor to remind them.
What if, instead, you left the Evanurus and remained with me? Do you not wish for freedom from this struggle?
Be at peace, love. I will stop them.
As you must. The Blight is our mistake.
Spoiler alert, need to find them all. Well, you can almost guarantee I'm going to make a solid effort.
Did Mythal call Solus love in that memory?
That's what it sounded like.
So they were doing it.
The elven gods were free with their emotions. They felt things deeply. The way they expressed things, well, it feels romantic to us, but that wasn't really how it was. Back then, I mean.
Nah, they were doing it.
Yes, obviously.
Oh, they were absolutely doing it.
Being with someone you're rebelling against doesn't sound like Solus.
He also met her in secret and talked about how they could run off together.
It sounded so tragic and romantic.
Oh, wait. Never mind. That does sound like him.
So the Dread Wolf goes to Mythal. They might be fighting, but they have history.
And he warns her about the other gods using the Blight. That's more important than his rebellion. It's like kingdoms coming together when an archdemon rises.
Mythal didn't think it was possible. She said the Blight was sealed away. There's an old legend about it. Davrin, the one.
Here's a question. How come we don't have enough chairs for everyone?
I've heard that story too. The armor of the void, right?
Yes, Andrul, the goddess of the hunt, put on armor made of something called the void, and it drove.
I'm actually convinced that picking an elf is actually the right thing here because of all these extra dialogue options.
By the corruption of the Blight.
Right. And then Mythal turned into a dragon and fought Andrul in a huge battle.
She what? Why didn't you start with that?
Anyway, she took Andrul's armor away. Then Andrul's madness left, and peace returned.
Intriguing. So it's possible Andrul stumbled onto the magic of the Blight.
And when Andrul went mad, Mythal took it from her and locked it away.
Until someone started using it again.
If there's one thing Solus loves, it's telling people they were wrong. And here, he's got the perfect opportunity. Oh, Mythal, you thought your fellow gods were so great? If only you were as smart as me.
He got her attention. She definitely seemed angry at the end.
So Mythal goes off to investigate what Solus says. Then, what? It's too clean.
Seems plenty messy with them doing it.
But this isn't just a memory. It's something Solus wanted to
Yeah,
hide.
focus on that part,
What's the
Tash.
crime? What did we see here that he feels guilty about?
I think I might know. When the Inquisitor was saving the world from the breach, she met Mythal.
What? Like in a dream?
It was complicated. She helped the Inquisition. There was a magic pond and a dragon. Nice. The point is, she also said the other elven gods betrayed her, killed her.
Okay, sorry, point of order. If they killed Mythal, how was she still around to help the Inquisition?
Good question. I can't remember.
Magic? She'd spent centuries gathering strength and sharing people's bodies, I think.
If it was a truly benign possession, that speaks to her character.
Solus goes to Mythal, the one semi-reasonable elven god, for help, and the other god's killer for it. I imagine the Dreadwolf's rebellion heated up significantly after that.
Right. And Mythal wasn't there to keep the other gods in check anymore.
Well, it's not just that she died.
What do you mean, Tosh?
It's... Ugh. There was stuff he wanted to tell.
Blurt it out.
But he waited too long. And then she was dead. He never got to make it right. That twists you up.
That's it. There's our crime.
Doesn't really tell us
Crime of
anything we
passion.
can use, though.
We know more than we did. That's something.
Then I guess we keep our eyes open if we come across more of these memories.
So it's a good thing my random exploring has already advanced the plot a lot more than one would have anticipated at this point. I think I only have 3 of these.
You dare to try to cage us, jealous of our growing power.
You will pay the final price for this betrayal.
We warned you not to use the Blight. For this, and for Mythal, I sentence you to sleep in exile ever after. Your own lives will form the veil that keeps the horror you unleashed at bay.
The secret plot because it's totally missable if people
So
don't
he
explore.
locked the gods away and created a veil between this world and the Fade. I mean, they were terrible, no question.
Like
But
who
he
would
did.
honestly go
It didn't
speed
just
runs a
stop
Dragon
them.
Age game?
It destroyed our culture, our world.
It wasn't just to stop them. It was to stop the Blight. We've seen how bad Elganon and Gillenane are. Imagine all 7 corrupted gods running wild.
So he created the veil just to keep the elven gods locked in their prison?
Yes, to keep them from accessing the Fade. But was the creation of the veil around the world an accident?
You heard him yelling. That
True,
sounded
yeah.
like ritual going right.
What
Wait,
do you
I'm
think?
casual.
I've spent a lot of my time in the Veil Jumpers studying the remnants of the Elven Empire.
Look,
I
we're
get
so
why he did
casual
it.
here.
If I were there, I might have fought at his side against the gods. But accident or not, necessary or not, my people lost their world that day. That's never going to be easy.
Yes, that. Exactly.
I had another question, and I'm sorry, maybe this doesn't matter, but Solus trapped the blighted gods in an ancient elven building, right?
That's what it looks like. Maybe a palace? Fancier than what I've seen in Arlethan, at least.
And then, the Magisters were lured into the Fade. They broke in, which let the Blight escape, and turned the Golden City black.
Right, and the Black City hangs in the Fade, a little reminder of their mistakes.
Yeah?
What's wrong, Lace?
It's just... the Chant of Light says that the Maker built for them the Golden City, the center of all creation. But if the Golden City was an ancient elven palace, then the Maker didn't build it. The elves did. The Chant of Light is Andraste's visions from the Maker, but it sounds like it's wrong.
You're asking if we just disproved the entire Andrastian faith.
I think we did.
We?
I think it's someone who. Wait.
Lace, I don't think you'll ever fully know whether the Chant of Light is literally true or not. What matters is that
That was a
its
tough
better
one.
moments, the Chantry encourages people to be kind and help each other.
What do we tell the Chantry about this? Do we tell them about this?
Yes.
People are already
We do.
questioning because of Elgarnon and Gillenane. It hasn't stopped them believing.
I guess people need that comfort. Even if some parts of it aren't totally true.
The Dalish clans are struggling with the same thing. What do we keep? What do we lose?
The Elven Gods, the Maker. No matter who you light a candle to, you've got some hard questions to ask yourself right now.
Doctrine is not the truth. It is one of many paths to the truth.
I recognize the sentiment, though not the specific quote. Who said that?
My mother.
Ah, well.
Questions of faith aside, we have some very real gods that still need killing.
Looks like there are 3 more of these murals with the Dreadwolf's old memories. Wonder what else he's hiding.
You know, I do like these round table sessions. Wow, I found. Boy, I'm in pretty damn thorough.
You have so long observed the world. Why not consider joining it?
But I have no desire to live as humans. I have the Fade. Besides, there's talk of taking on a solid form. I think you underestimate the danger. When you took the glowing stone to build your body, did the earth not shake?
Delirium gives us the strength we had when we were of the Fade. We are the best of physical and spirit. I need your wisdom, Solus, to withstand the louder voices who would go too far like Elgarnon. I need you.
This is madness. You must know that. I will always follow where you go.
Well, another more plot revealed.
What? This is astounding. The ancient elves were spirits who voluntarily manifested a physical form.
I'd rather go back to talking about the Blight.
Hey, Lucanus. Could Spite turn into an elf?
Could he?
Sorry, but... What?
We hid the truth for as long as we could, but yes, Balara, Davron, and I have secretly been spirits this whole time.
Not funny.
I don't know. Sounds like something a rage demon would say.
You're going to confuse Tosh.
What? I wasn't listening. There weren't any dragons in this one.
To be clear, this memory only shows that the first elves originated from spirits. You 3 are no more spirits than anyone else conceived naturally.
Conceived naturally? Guess I'll go ask my mother.
The knowledge that an entire people were formed from a mass manifestation could change our entire understanding of magic.
If we let it out, is that the right call? Do you want bigoted humans yelling about how elves are demons?
Davron's got a point. World's not short on small-minded humans.
The entire idea is preposterous. Who would even believe us?
It does seem outlandish when taken
It
out
does,
of context, I
yeah.
admit.
We have to tell someone, though. Strife and Irulan, at least.
If I told Thea and Viago, they'd think I was sampling Viago's poison collection.
You
No one
are.
would believe us.
Okay, we keep this to people we trust who have good reason to know. No shouting it from the rooftops.
Agreed. The Morn Watch has a great deal of experience keeping dangerous secrets.
So, beyond world-shaking stuff, what else did we learn here? Solus himself was a spirit.
What kind do you think he was?
Well, his name is Elven for pride.
Oh, okay.
All right, that answers that.
Else. Not about spirits, or not all about them at least. Solus didn't want to become a person with a physical body.
Right. He only agreed after Mythal begged him.
Then that's his regret. He wishes he'd never taken physical form.
Maybe, but not just that. Solus was scared. They built their bodies out of lyrium, and it made the ground shake.
Lyrium is the blood of the Titans.
The Titans would have felt it as an attack. They defended themselves.
The first memory we saw, with Elgarnon seizing power, it happened at the end of a war.
A war between the Titans and the elves.
Liz,
Ooh.
I'm so sorry.
It feels like we still don't have the full picture. But I think that's part of what Solus regrets. He didn't see the danger.
Except he did. He was worried. You said it yourself.
He did it for Mythal. Everything that followed, he could have prevented if he just told her no.
And he's got a war on his conscience. Plus whatever we find next.
Boy, this is God damn, don't tell me I found all of them already. It's like, no, I'm only four we found.
With this, the proper ritual will sunder every Titan from its spirit. But you must know those severed dreams will certainly be driven mad. A disembodied blight of pain and anger. It is awful what we're doing.
And the only way to end this war.
Ah, so the dagger is actually a bigger plot point than it seemed.
Solus made the weapon that killed the Titans. No, not killed. He cut away their dreams and left them broken and mindless. He passed me in the halls of Skyhold for a year. He made polite conversation, and he knew. He knew what he did.
Lace, what my people did to yours, that's unforgivable.
You don't need to apologize.
Well, someone should.
Our leaders attacked the Titans for their lyrium. Then, when the war turned against the elves, our leaders did this.
And when the war was over, they enslaved your ancestors. No. Solus, Mythal, and Elgarnon are the ones who need to apologize.
To do such a thing. No wonder regret eats away at Solus.
No, it's worse than that. That isn't what Solus regrets. Those severed dreams will be driven mad. A disembodied blight of pain and anger.
They created the blight.
You can't. That's not possible.
When a warden hears the calling, it's like a song in their mind. Sound familiar to you, Lace?
The song of lyrium. Of the Titans.
We think of the Blight as this monstrous force with no mercy, no compassion. Evil incarnate. Instead, it's a caged animal. Mistreated and imprisoned for centuries. Until all it knows is fear.
Well, we'll drop it in there. Solus is a hypocrite.
In all my talks with him, Solus hates the Blight more than anything. Even more than Elgarnon. But it wasn't hatred. It was guilt. He knew this could happen, and he still didn't stand up to Mythal and stop it.
Each of these memories has been a deeper regret, and almost all of them involve Mythal.
Only one mural left to uncover by my count. If we find it, we'll see what's worse than this.
Wait. One more mural to uncover. Okay, exactly how damn thorough was I? Answer? Very, apparently.
I knew that you would find me soon enough. You need the power of a god, the strength that I alone still carry.
The blighted Evanuris will soon break free from their prison. I must make a stronger one that can contain them.
While the prison is important, it is not the only goal you seek.
Why should I not tear down the veil and bring back immortality to all the elven people? They deserve it.
The elven people of today do not deserve to see
Pretty
the
damn
world
good,
they
yeah.
be torn
Yeah, I was like,
salve
I will
your
wander
conscience.
everywhere, damn it.
I must fix what I have broken. I am sorry.
As am I, old friend.
It's like...
Solus killed Mythal? After all that? Is this another memory from a different time?
No. He wore that same outfit in the Inquisition. We knew Solus woke up in this world without most of his power. Now we know how he got it back.
By killing the only other god around and stealing her power.
All that epic magic and godly power. In the end, it comes down to love and murder. Same as always.
Every big mistake Solus made is tied to Mythal. He sacrificed his life as a spirit to join her.
He sacrificed his morals when he created the dagger to stop the Titans.
When the other gods struck her down, he destroyed the Elven Empire to avenge her.
Then he wakes up in this world, where everything's gone but his mistakes. And there she is, alive.
And after all he's done, she sides against him again.
All these mistakes are his fault. And hers, too. If she won't
This
help
is
him fix
actually
the
very
world,
cleverly
he
written.
needs to kill her.
So, how does everything we know help us now?
He's being honest about fighting the Blight. Whatever happens, he won't risk letting it back out into the world.
Agreed. But he has a plan to escape that prison, and not one we'll like.
He turned on Mythal, the one person he was actually loyal to. There's no way he won't turn on us.
He's a spirit, or was once. He might be able to possess someone, affect minds, all the things spirits do.
He created the veil. His very nature is tied to it. That will be a source of strength, but also a potential weakness.
Mythal has him all messed up. Anything about her or Elgernon is gonna make him angry. Sloppy.
Solus thinks he knows what's best for everyone. Anything he does, he'll do while telling himself he's the hero.
So, in other words, Solus is Handsome Jack. Yeah, that's right. We just tied this to Borderlands 2.
The bad news is that the god of lies and trickery is almost definitely preparing to betray us. The good news is that we've gone through his dirty laundry.
So, we know his motivations. You think we can set a trap of our own?
That's the hope.
You have witnessed the Protector's tale, Dweller, almost to its end.
Almost. How can there be more?
When the mighty fall, their echoes cross the ages. An audience is warranted. Speak with your visitor. She awaits you in the crossroads.
Well, safe to say, when I play video games casually, I get the most out of the damn plot. Wait a second. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, on the Xbox Live, 38% of players found the got at least that 6 memory. Okay, well, this is most certainly a side quest. Let's go Harding and Emmerich. Hey, we're Morgan. Hi.
Well met, Rook.
You know what? Photo mode. No, I swear when I do another Origins playthrough, I'm thinking about doing a dwarf warrior, and definitely romance Morgan, because that alone would just be simply hilarious. Just the height difference there, because it would have to be male, and I have to do for that continuity.
How did you get here?
I did tell you I had my ways through Illuvians when I introduced you to the Inquisitor, did I not?
Yes, you did.
The Illuvians in general, yes. But not the Dreadwolf's Crossroads.
I would think you have more pressing questions at the moment. Questions about Solus and Mythal?
Mythal?
The two gods have always been linked, have they not? First, when Mythal bade her companion spirit to abandon the Fade and take on mortal form. Then, when Solus spilled Mythal's mortal blood, that he might absorb her power as his own.
Wait, how do you know exactly what we saw of Solus's past?
Think upon it, Rook. You saw for yourself in the Dreadwolf's memories. When Mythal stood against the gods' manipulations of the Blight, she was betrayed and struck down. Yet she survived and returned ages later to aid the Inquisition in its hour of need. How?
Something about spirits.
The elven gods had access to magic beyond anything we can imagine.
To be sure, but it matters less what they possessed than what they were. You recall that the first elves were spirits, do you not?
Yes.
Mythal was a spirit turned elven. And when her body was struck down, to spirit she returned. Her essence sheltered in a willing mortal vessel. Over the centuries, she journeyed from host to host, slowly amassing her former power anew. Until once again she was struck down, on this occasion by Solus. He absorbed her power, but not her memories.
Then where did they... Wait, you?
As you say.
Mithal. Mirthad virim elvenlas arlethan.
Mana Lama. Altelvara Mithad.
Well, I should honor you a little, I think, if you're really Mithal.
That's a plot twist.
What? That was like how Elgarnon and Gillenane can talk in your head. But
'twas Mithal you heard, her echoes. Yet I am not the goddess returned.
What are you then?
I once feared Mithal would consume me were I to carry her, but 'twas not so. I remain free-willed and mortal. What I now possess is but a spark of Mithal, shadowed memories through which to sift for meaning. As to our admixture, I suspect you have questions.
Oh, absolutely, we got questions. So it's like I'm stunned.
You would have met Solus in the Inquisition, right?
I did indeed. 'Twas before I possessed Mithal's memories. At the time, I thought Solus a scowling elven apostate whose sole passion was finding arguments.
They were.
He heard me, in all my ignorance, expound on the histories of the elven people, explaining legends he had witnessed himself.
Bet he loved that.
'Tis not a memory that brings me pride.
Do you have information we can use against Gillenane or Elgarnon? Or Solus?
The last time Mithal faced Elgarnon and Gillenane, she was struck down by the very dagger you now carry.
What about Solus?
You may recall he murdered Mithal's former host to claim her godly might as his own.
Yeah?
I hold no untapped magical secrets, Rook. What I do possess, I share freely with you and the Veil Jumpers.
All right.
How did this all happen?
So
we're getting so
there's
much
the
lore
soul of
this
an elven
evening.
God inside you. How does that even happen?
Mithal's last host was my mother, Flemeth.
Wait, what?
Oh.
When I learned she intended me to become the next receptacle of an ancient god's soul, I feared naught would be left of my own. It inevitably came to pass on a deep night.
Holy shit,
I was
that's
awakened
clever.
by the presence of a blaze of magic in the shape of a woman who both was and was not my mother.
That just... That just... Hold on here. That's a hell of a bombshell, and that totally shifts a lot. I'm just thinking about Flemeth's appearances and such, because that puts into that really shifts the context on a hell of a lot of things regarding Flemeth and Morgan in the first game. It's like where she basically insists in his own way that for Morgan to go with the Grey Warden. And in the second game with Meryl, and then you know, adding like so much freaking context and stuff is. Now, granted, this is information stuff being added in a game, like, obviously 10 years down the line. But when you start thinking back, or in my case, and these games, especially Origins and Dragon Age 2 are fresh in my mind, and a lot more than Inquisition is in terms of its main plot. Yes, its DLC is fresh in my mind. it really paints Flemeth in a much different light. In that, how can I phrase it? In that she was more or less preparing things for the worst. So I kind of wonder now, where does what truly led Flemeth to insisting that Morgan go with the Grey Wardens? Is it because of Morgan's like natural fear? Or was it something else? No, I'm thinking about it. It's probably Flemeth's way of like, okay, Morgan's afraid, like he knows something's up. Morgan's afraid, so send Morgan out on a journey where Morgan is going to like almost like go above and beyond in most circumstances. That is the most I can probably, like the best I can contextualize it, like to give Morgan that context. Yeah, that she can take care of herself, and that she'll be able to handle herself. So that when the inevitable happened, it's like, okay.
Wow. You woke up to a god floating over you?
'Twas a state between dream and wakefulness where strange things may happen to the spirit.
She was hungover.
Paul's memories were both gift and burden, this blazing woman told me. But I must accept them of my own accord. The decision was paralyzing. What would it mean to become such a host? What would be lost if I refused? In the end, 'twas something in my mother's voice which guided me.
What was that?
Yeah, what was
Regret. Not the regret of a god, but of a mother who knew she would never see me again. And so, my mind remains my own. What I gained was knowledge, both Mythal's and of those who bore her.
How can you carry Mythal's soul if you're not an elf?
Her spark has sheltered within both elves and humans who were sympathetic to her in thought and circumstance.
What about dwarves?
Mythal's last host was a woman wronged, trapped by those sworn to love her. We may readily imagine their kinship.
You know what?
I guess someone as powerful as Mythal could bond with whoever she wanted.
Perhaps her death at the hands of the other elven gods forced her further from your people.
You didn't come out here just to tell me you're Mythal.
I am not Mythal in her entirety, but yes. The Dreadwolf has occasion to visit you in dreams, where he portions out advice. And now, after finding his memories, you have peered into his deepest sorrows. Tell me then, what do you make of Solus?
What do you? Let's turn that around.
I should ask you. Mythal knew Solus better than anyone.
I would influence your answer. Or do you mean to discover if I would stand directly against the Dread Wolf, were there a need?
Would you?
I shall aid you in any way but that, even had I the power. What has passed between Solus and Mythal, I beg you, do not ask this of me again.
He's torn but doesn't know it.
Solus talks a lot about what has to be done, being forced to make hard choices. But it's like he's trying to talk himself into it. I think, deep down, he doesn't entirely believe what he's saying.
'Tis exactly like the old wolf to tie himself into the most intricate knots. 'Tis not malice which made Solus your opponent, but conviction, a belief that only he may halt what he set in motion. Yet Solus was once beloved of Mythal. 'Tis his very loyalty and love for his people that led to the tragedy we now face. You may be in a position to determine how it ends, more so than either of you might realize.
Right, not alarming at all.
Well, that's not terrifying at all.
You have been thrust into the lives of gods. Fate will have its way, whether or without our permission.
Even more comforting, Morrigan.
If you would shape the outcome of your battle, I've one last secret to share. When Mythal was struck down by the other gods, it was with her own lyrium dagger, the dagger you now carry. Solus recovered it from Elganon, and from it extracted a fragment of Mythal that had lain hidden within its depths. This fragment, a younger sister to the one I carry, if you will, resides here, in the crossroads. I can open the way for you, find her, survive the encounter, and the essence you obtain will aid you in times to come.
There are 2 Mythals?
Another fragment of Mythal? In addition to the one inside you?
You are aware of what the word fragment means, are you not? One small piece
Yes.
of many.
Thank you, Morrigan.
Something greater is broken. The first elves were spirits, as you well know, and when a spirit is broken, it may shatter into pieces, each holding part of the original. Among the ancient elves who became known as gods, Dirthaman and his brother, Falondine, are but one example.
Survive the encounter, you say?
All of that sounded great until survive the encounter.
You know Solus, and have seen Elganon, and memories of Mythal. They are creatures of emotion, as all spirits are. The fragment of Mythal that resides in me lived among mortals for thousands of years. She has grown wiser and more patient. This younger sister has not. She is the essence of Mythal as a god. She is unlikely to listen to polite requests, and though she is but a fragment of the goddess,
all right,
the battle will test you sorely.
If she's just going to attack us, why tell us about her at all? We have enough enemies already.
A fragment of a god's essence is a powerful thing. It may give you options against Elganon and Gillenane, or against the Dread Wolf himself, should he prove as cunning and treacherous as ever.
Any suggestions?
If I were to try to talk with her, do you have any suggestions?
She will demand respect, but detest flattery. She appreciates righteous anger, but will not tolerate pity. She is, for want of better phrasing, prickly. But if you are determined to try, then I wish you luck.
Could you try to speak with
You
her?
would know this aspect of Mythal better than anyone. Could you try talking to her?
I dare say she would attack me on sight.
Spirits can't get along with fragments of each other?
Spirits, certainly. But the aspects of a self-righteous god who have walked different paths for ages? One bears the insult of her betrayal by the Evanurus, and then by Solus, as fresh wounds, insult upon injury. The other once fell in love with an Alamari chieftain and lived happily in a swamp for centuries. Each reminds the other that if existed, that they could have been wrong, and nothing angers Mythal like being wrong.
Yeah, that seems to be a trait among the elven gods.
What kind of spirit was Mythal before she became an elf? I know Solus is elven for pride.
Mythal enjoyed ruling and having power, but it came not from the overweening desire to crush resistance, as is the case with Elganon. The emotion that inspired her might best be described as benevolence, a guiding hand inclined to kindness. But like any spirit, when angered or twisted against her purpose,
she's basically
a
Shiva,
more violent aspect arose.
as in the Final Fantasy variants.
Gave way to pride when the world did not meet his standards. Mathal's benevolence gave way to retribution. After all, when kindness fails, the guilty must be punished.
Thank you for the information, Morrigan.
There is one more thing, if I may. Something whispered not by myself, but Mathal. The elves have learned many of the glories and horrors of ancient Elvenan. Yet your people live in this world now as the old elves never could. Know it as they could not. There is your strength. 'Tis why you shall surpass what came before one day.
Did Mathal see this? Is it a prediction?
A hope from a mother to her distant children, no less beloved than any before them.
Ah, damn, this was awesome. Okay, then. Well. Well. Do we have options here? And if I got a boss fight on my hands, I want a balanced crew. We're taking elves. We're taking elves up against an elven god. Thank you, Captain Cylon. Hey. So, you know what? Since this is a side quest, and damn it certainly seems like an important side quest. Like, fuck it. Pitter patter, let's get at her.
A god's fragment, sharper than the whole. Prevail, or be sundered completely.
We're getting close to where Morrigan said that other fragment of Mythal was. Has to be her.
Fragment of Mythal herself. We talking or fighting?
Guess we'll find out.
Well, hopefully we can talk our way through this.
I have seen you and your companions.
I never again expected to see my children in the Dreadwolf's crossroads. And you know who I am.
Oh, she's cute.
Mythal.
For someone who can probably nuke us.
Betrayal by the rest of the Evernuris, if this can be called surviving. Solas. He drew me from the dagger that struck me down, but what is left of me can only survive here. I cannot return to the world, and even the true Fade is denied me. All I can do is watch. Have you come to seek the blessing of your god? Or did you come to ask your god to sacrifice herself to help you defeat the monsters Elganon and Gillenane have become?
Die for. Well, you know what? Let's hope we can talk our way through this.
I came here to ask for your help. The gods have endangered the world and...
You dare explain to me what they are doing? You are 1,000 years from knowing the proper words.
We saw Solas's memories. His regrets.
You saw the recollection he cultivated like a tree, twisting to catch the sun. You wish for my help? Convince me. Make your case, and I will yield my essence willingly to help you against Elganon and Gillenane.
Okay.
Fail, and I shall kill you for wasting my time, or you will kill me and obtain my essence in doing so. A harder-edged, simpler version. It has been centuries since a petitioner stood before me, so why should I help you?
Ooh. Okay,
If I don't stop the gods, the whole world will be corrupted by the Blight.
That is why you must succeed, so tell me why I must help you.
We know the truth about the Blight. We know it came from the imprisoned dreams of the Titans after you and Solas defeated them.
And?
Stopping the Blight mattered enough for you to talk with Solas, even after he rebelled against you. It mattered enough for you to stand against the other gods.
And I was struck down for doing so, betrayed by those I had ruled beside for centuries.
You made the difficult choice to protect your home, because it was the right thing to do. Help me do the same.
Not bad, but not enough. Let us speak of something else.
You can't want Elganon and Gillenane to rule the world. Not after what they did to you.
I ruled alongside them for centuries. I bear them no love now, and they were ever flawed, as all rulers are. Yet they were better than the others who threatened your ancestors. Monsters like the Titans, or selfish fools like Anaris. Set the Blight aside, and tell me why I should help you topple your own gods.
What they did to you was wrong.
And you care so deeply for the injustice done to me thousands of years ago.
Well...
You deserve justice. And they deserve to be punished for misusing their power and killing you when you tried to check them.
If you wish to prove your worth, you must do better than that.
Solas is helping me.
Solas is using you. Besides, why should I esteem the Dreadwolf's approbation? He rebelled against me.
But the two of you stayed close.
Until he killed the tattered fragment of me who hid inside the human swamp witch and wept. He keeps me here, yet has not visited since waking from his slumber. Tell me this. What should I have done when Solas turned against me after all we had been to one another?
Maybe you should have listened when he warned you about staying on as rulers after the war.
Are you saying I was wrong?
You asked me what you should have done.
Yeah.
I proved my worth by lying to you. Solas didn't want to manifest a physical body or destroy the Titans. He did things he hated because he cared about you. Supporting you and Elgar'nan becoming rulers was the one line he wouldn't cross. If someone who followed you everywhere refused to follow you there, what does that say?
Your arguments are compelling. I find you worthy, Rook. I have spent thousands of years watching. I shall miss that. But if what I am can protect the innocent and smite the guilty, this is what remains of me. I give it to you freely. Use it to protect this world with kindness when possible and cunning when necessary.
I will. Thank you.
I offer one further boon.
You
I
do?
cannot enter the physical world or the pure Fade, but in this place, I still carry some power. Evil has intruded here. The Blight, seeded by Elgar'nan and Gillenane. Find it, and when you meet your greatest challenge, I will fly one last time.
Ooh, that sounds cool.
The essence of the Protector.
Mytholinast.
Like a piece of the sun. I've never felt something so alive. And now, how to use it. A god knows her moment. At least, her essence does. When the time comes, we'll be ready. We did it. We got Mythal's essence.
Okay.
It didn't turn into a fight.
Not sure what we do with it just yet. But if Morrigan's telling the truth, it'll come in handy at some point.
Well, all right, so we bullshitted our way through that. There is a chest up there. So, big ass arena. And you know what? Thinking back to Dragon Age Origins, if you try to fight Flemeth, she turns into a freaking dragon. In Dragon Age 2, she becomes a dragon. Avoiding fighting a dragon at all costs as part god definitely seems like a good idea. Alright, so what was the last achievement that we got there? Clear minds and open hearts. That fly your voice to Mythal. Only 26% of people have done that. So, Captain Cylon, exactly how much am I in terms of getting the true ending? Like, how are we doing in that regard? Like, I think we are impressing somewhat. Wait. Okay, so one's there. Alright, let's see if we can,
Balara, other than you and Rook, I've never heard about Veil Jumpers. And I miss that.
Oh, well, we're new. Just started up recently. You know, when Arleth and Forrest started going all weird?
When was that?
Little bit before Elgranon and Gillenane showed up.
That can't be a coincidence.
Lines up nicely, doesn't it?
Back to what we were saying. That can't be a coincidence.
Lines up nicely, doesn't it? Well, not nicely, but it lines up. Trouble coming. Good one!
okay.
Be ready.
Alright, so we need to go up here.
Every time we destroy a blight growth, I feel like I need a bath. Another tendril gone. Don't let it get on you. That's not growing back.
We can hope not.
Why are there so many bones?
I sense a way through, Dweller. Find that which seals the path.
Okay, so that's one. So let's go. Now we go chasing after the other one.
Careful ahead.
Coming at range!
What do Veil Jumpers usually eat?
Whatever Arlethan Force provides, pretty much.
So, a lot of grilled hollow then.
Bite your tongue.
I'm kidding.
It's mostly plants. Lots and lots of plants, with the occasional salad on the side.
Here they come.
Wait.
Onward, dweller.
So is this taking us to a different island? Is there a fourth island? No. Wait.
Got company. Time to fight. Trouble nearby.
Okay, so we need to find... way over there. So let's say if we explore, we find the Alright, so that means... Okay, it's closer to this one. So there's a side passageway. So all right, so we gotta find those two champion marks. All right. And they're both in the Habsburg wetlands. Okay. Neat. Okay. So at least we got a plan. We have a plan. This is amazing how that works out here. All right. What's up, boys? Certainly doesn't seem like many things are wreckable.
Trouble coming.
Nice hit, bro.
Yes, we could have just fast traveled.
Everything's calm. Looks like the candles worked.
Yeah, like we've done some excellent work of the. Here. You think there'd be a chest involved?
Rook, hello.
We will walk the graves.
Thank you again for coming. My duties include tending to these rites of remembrance. Excellent. Manfred found his way down. Very good, Manfred.
He sounds excited.
He's ecstatic.
I thought we'd start the rites here. A tableau of the dead, commissioned 173 years ago. These lives were flickers against the ages, precious, fragile, and finite. Now they serve as a warning. Don't linger overlong in the gloom. Live with grace and fervor while you may.
Good advice.
No one's going to seize the day for you.
Just so. That one's livelier. Here. Who were you when you breathed above?
This body was a tailor's, a mother's. She laughed and taught and wove the robes kings wore when they were crowned.
That's not creepy at all.
Someone must realign her thoracic vertebrae. I hope the novices are inspecting the displays.
Seems disrespectful to abandon something you built.
Precisely. No wonder there's been an uptick in hauntings.
Wait, what?
What?
Let's continue.
Yeah, that kind of like freaked the Rook out there.
So what now?
We light candles in remembrance of the dead. Would you care to light the candle, Rook?
Set something on fire? Sure, why not?
Look at this. The last tomb of the Tannhausens. A very influential family in the Storm Age.
We broke the bones of dragons.
A posthumous motto. Their last heir met his match against a Highland Ravager.
Death by dragon? I'm surprised there was enough to bury.
Do you know, I never expected that the door we found back in the Vault of the Beloved would lead here.
So the necropolis actually shuffles its rooms around?
From time to time. Very unlikely to happen while we're inside a chamber. Could you light the next candle?
Sure, we'll set it on fire.
Aha! One of my favorite flowers! A variegated weeping widower.
You know your plants.
Alchemy is my hobby. It's a break from teaching spirit calling and theoretical applied metaphysics.
Right, just on the side.
Of course on the side. It's...
This way, Rook.
What way?
You're right about the gardens being peaceful.
The necropolis has its dangers, but these places are a refuge for the dead.
Examining the graves?
We gotta wonder about, we gotta, make sure.
You need to light these candles as well. Open your hearts to the final day, companion of all the ages. I was pleasantly surprised by your respect for our undead tableau earlier, Rook. I'm beginning to think people outside Navarra find the necropolis a little unnerving.
Well,
it is a little creepy.
The importance of history.
The spirits gather. Only a few more candles. Follow me.
Alright, where we're going.
Ah, look here.
A friendly little wisp.
Hi. Should I say hi?
We said hi.
Curious about you. We're also enjoying the gardens, but with one last ritual ahead. On your way, my friend.
Spirits really are your specialty.
I've always had a rapport with them. Even as a child, they were my companions.
After you started training here?
After I was orphaned.
Uh-oh.
A collapsed building, swift deaths. After the funeral, the Watchers took me in.
Belated condolences, if that's worth anything.
Always. We move on, as we must, but those long nights linger about the shadows.
How did you deal with it?
I didn't. When I first arrived here, I was terrified.
And you still joined the Watchers?
They're what saved me.
Alright, so...
The next set of graves lies ahead.
So we'll get into the... know Amarek a bit more.
Please, light the next candles if you would. There's much to recommend about the rhythm of a ceremony. It eases our worst hours. As a boy, the Watcher's rituals were exactly what I needed to steady my days with purpose.
And some death magic?
Well, every young mage needs a speciality.
He's right.
All this pageantry, this magnificent gloom and its rites. I ask you, Rook, what is it for?
It's gotta be the living, right?
Yes, exactly. This place is an abundance of history, of magic, of memories. The Watchers preserve it so the living may draw comfort from those who've gone before. We must get to the candle, please, Manfred.
You told Harding that Manfred used to be a wisp until you gave him a body?
Yes, he's taken so well to it. Haven't you, Manfred? Here are the last candles you'll need to light.
Alright, we'll light them on fire.
Once you're ready, we'll need to ring the bell.
Alright, ring the bell.
Let the rites be acknowledged. Our bonds seen and sealed. We honor the listening spirits.
Neat.
Hail from the abyss.
We witness, good Watcher, faith kept in all our hearts.
What was...
The necropolis hosts many spirits. We thank these guardians for their protection and friendship. We'll need to ring the bell once more to close out the departing ceremony.
Alright, we had ghosts. Bong.
So you were really afraid of this place as a child?
It wasn't the necropolis itself, but what was draped around it. Have you ever been frightened by the thought of dying, Rook?
Hasn't everyone, from time to time?
When I was younger, it happened more often than that. That's when I discovered I possess a great terror of dying. It goes beyond dread. Can't be reasoned with or soothed over. It comes without warning. In the dead of night, sunlit streets, a raw, strangling fear struck somewhere deep past the heart.
That's an issue for a necromancer.
Oddly, I discovered I wasn't alone. I debated this fear with friends. I argued with teachers. Yet...
Manfred has made tea.
Manfred's right. That's maudlin enough. There are struggles, but a Watcher should always find peace amongst the graves. And what sort of host would I be if we didn't end with some light refreshment?
That sounds great. Thanks.
Would you mind letting Manfred pour? He does so love seeing the steam rise from the cups.
All right, this was actually a great, little character building moment. Oh, we got three skills to. Uh, Harding, Lucianis, Nev. You. Yeah, like this, I almost suspect. Huh. That actually startled me there for a moment. Is
What do we have here?
slightly ghosts of sound memories.
Huh. There's writing on these bells.
How does someone become a veil jumper?
Simple. You survive Arlithan Forest.
That's it?
The energies in Arlithan are wrong. Like, reality got scrambled. It's dangerous. Not everyone can stand it.
So if you can, then you've got what it takes. Sounds a lot like Grey Wardens.
Except for the archdemons and griffins. Oh, wish we had a few.
That opened up something.
What were we talking about? So if you can, then you've got what it takes. Sounds a lot like Grey Wardens.
Except for the archdemons and griffins. Oh, wish we had a few of those.
All right, it opened. Oh yes, so it opened up this doorway here. All right, so we found additional goodies. Alright, so is there anything else around here? I mean, we got a lot of lore and stuff this evening. Which I was not expecting, but again, considering how thorough we were in the prior playthroughs. Wait, what's that? Now, from what I understand, might be always helpful to be a loot goblin. Yep. Yep. So we never know what we're gonna find. But we got to use the shop in the crossroads in terms of selling valuables to try and make sure that the Tavinos gets brought up to par, because there's no shop anywhere else. Like, I think almost everything, all the other ones.
Why is this bottle so light? Did something just move inside?
Like, more loot.
I don't think we can do that right now.
Not right now, or with the wrong combination of characters. Okay. I don't have my heater on because I prefer having like 2-3 layers of clothing on, but even so, I think it's about time to turn it on. Oof. Got that cold breath going. Yep. I say,
How many veil jumpers are there?
time to warm up some.
It's a secret?
Well, no. Maybe it
Yep.
should be.
If you feel the
But it
cold on your
changes
lip,
every day.
it's time to
Some
warm
get
up.
Killed, some go missing. Some just leave.
Who joins up for those kinds of odds?
Grey Wardens have better odds.
Good point.
With me, it's often like the feet that get cold more than anything else. Eternity's Witness. Go lip and just touch my nose. It feels like yep, heater is on. I got a little space heater over here that I turn on, off and on periodically, you know, warm up. Oh, we gotta book it all the way over here. We find the stuff.
Sorry, but we can't do that right now.
All right, I think. Oh nope, there's a chest. Up there in an area we haven't discovered? What floor is that on? It's like, hold up here. There's a chest and a beacon we haven't discovered? Well, let's resolve that little matter, shall we? Wait. Nope. Opposite way. Turn around.
Better be ready.
Alrighty. We tiptoe across. I think I read that note before, but we may not. All right, it's there. Now comes the question of how do you get to it? Like, I see where it's at. Huh. So one chest is here, but I'm not seeing... Like, we got several abilities, but none of them... It's not a jumping puzzle. It's as if there is... Well... Now, if there was... another way over there... Like, no jumping, no... No RBE triggers.
I don't think we can do that right now.
Oh, wait. Oh, this. Ah, made it. So there are 4 more chests here. Bounce to the crossroads and we will... swing over this way. Unless I went to the wrong one. Yep, sometimes it's like it brings you in a direction but points you in the wrong way.
So why do you do it, Pilar? Why be a veil jumper?
Lots of reasons. Some personal, some not. But really? This is my home. It's in trouble. I can't just do nothing.
Now I can relate. It's good to fight for a cause.
And all the artifacts we find, the things they can do, it's incredible. They can change the world.
Or destroy it.
Well, I haven't slipped up. Not yet.
Alright, we still need a fair bit to at least try and get it up to... Alright, so at this point... All right, so let's let's head this way. Hey, at the very least, we set up for tomorrow's adventures, right? The Habsburg Wetlands.
Rook, welcome to the Habsburg Wetlands. I'd say make yourself comfortable.
This place is...
foreboding?
Yes.
Awful.
Well, foreboding is normal here, but it's worse than usual.
The
Right?
blight's always a problem
Left.
in the Anderfels. It's not strange to find a corrupted patch of forest or swamp.
What is strange is
And it's
sudden
embracing
surge
the
of
Luke
blight
Goblin
from the
life while
Habsburg
braving the
wetlands.
cold.
Much like the village you found, the blight here struck too
Without a heater, but alas, the chill has claimed their lips and nose, prompting a surrender to warmth. Heater
The
activated.
local village, Lavendel, was caught in it. But they're survivors. We can be grateful for that.
If the blight keeps spreading, we could lose everything.
You
Like-
said what came next would be bad. That's why we're here.
See, it's not Frosty Bot is not always busting chops.
If the Blight's really changed, then the changes are widespread. As for how much?
I can almost sense something in there. Another sound under the Blight's usual song.
Stories say wardens sense blight. I never thought it was literal.
It happens when you join the Order. But that's more than I should say.
When we met, you tried to block the sound out. Now you hear too much.
If it helps, that's what we're here for.
Okay, this all sounds awful, and we're standing in the middle of it, which is normal for me.
For us too.
So what's the plan?
We're always standing in the middle of
Rumors
something.
the surge here and volunteered to investigate. The first warden expects a report soon.
If we want proof the Blight's changed, then this place is where to find it.
But the way the Blight left the village, we've had our hands full just keeping it back and helping the sick.
You need more to study.
Yes. The odd growths the Blight has formed, like boils, they surround Lavendel. I need more samples.
He needs more samples.
So you two study the Blight?
How many samples does he need?
No. Well, maybe. It depends on your definition.
We travel a lot, and tend to get sidetracked by weird problems.
Who knew I'd roam so far from Orlais? If we want to
They
help,
get distracted by side quests.
Samples. That's going to be gross. That's probably the best word for it.
I'll give you something to contain the Blight. And watch for Darkspawn out there.
Right. Darkspawn. Can't forget them.
Good luck.
All right. Well, let's see what the merchant has in store.
Oh, hello.
Common material.
You're here to help.
Well, we're here to do something or other. Greyhold. Well, let's just wander around a bit. See if we can open up the map some. See what the
Huh. Something's blocking it from the other side.
Right, something tells me we will be opening those doors at some point.
What happened.
Alright, you, what's your story?
You've been to the farmlands. There's a family. Voss. I'm close with him, with Ursa. They spoke of the Blight. The Blight. Before all of this happened. They knew. But if they knew, why aren't they here?
If I find anything, I'll let you know. All right, let's find those boil samples. Looks like there's caves on the far side of the village. We can start there.
You mean to tell me we gotta pop a boil? Something wrong.
Consider it done. You got it.
Oh wait, I see it. Is there a... One thing I like is that some of these puzzles are trial and error. And we certainly make a lot of those. Huh, this looks like we will be coming over this wall at some point in time. Huh. And someone tells me there is something quest related, possibly to the main story, on that wall. Alright, so we're getting a feel for the area. Alright. Alright, so we know for certain where we stand on a number of these side quests. Or all available side quests have been done, so. But now, let's check in on everyone. Oh, and we certainly. Oh, wait, if we get in character quest too.
Hey, glad you stopped by. I was gonna grab drinks with the Lords of Fortune at the Hilt. Come along if you want. Get to know the Lords.
Sounds good.
Dragon class. I crack myself up sometimes.
Our enemies are gods, Rook. Nobody fights those alone. That's why Solus lost and why you'll win. He always thought his attachments were a tragic flaw he had to overcome. But they're a strength.
Again, Varric, if I didn't know what I already know about you, other than the fact that you're awesome,
with all my regards, but I don't want them to think me homesick.
the dragon ass too. Hey, hey.
Hi, Emmerich.
Rook, hello. Just composing a few letters.
There's certainly been some sexy dragon ladies in all sorts of media over the years.
What's the Grand Necropolis like?
Its majesty has stilled the tongues of kings and queens. It's a haven for spirits and the dead, a vast well of history, the duty and shelter of every watcher.
You know, the more I look at Manfred, I'm expecting him to sound like Steve Urkel.
What do watchers watch for?
It's the big green eyes.
Dangerous things than spirits in the Fade, Rook. The Watchers stand against them when their shadows rise.
And anything lately?
Oh yeah, it's like
a few portents. I cannot put down solely to the chaos of the elven gods, but nothing definitive. Perhaps only shivers in the void.
So I've heard people call necromancers mortalitasi. What's the difference between them and the Morn Watch?
Oh, all Navaran necromancers are mortalitasi. The Watchers are a
and the motivation, and you get to play rock paper scissors with him, or Rochambeau.
Privileges and attendant responsibilities.
What's the Morn Watch do?
Our first duty is safekeeping the Grand Necropolis and preparing the funerary dead. Another is stopping misuse of dark magic and necromancy.
Must keep you busy?
Not often, but on occasion.
I couldn't help overhearing the word homesick.
Oh, I'm fine. Completely absorbed in our venture. But if I were home, I'd be preparing for new students or requests to speak to the dead.
Did he give up his classes?
You didn't stop teaching just to be with us, did you?
I'm long overdue for a sabbatical. Besides, do you know how many students the faculty wanted in my class next season? 10!
10?
How's one meant to tailor separate lessons for 10 pupils at a time?
Yep.
Honestly.
He made the right choice. It's like, yeah, he likes teaching, but not that much.
Corpse whispering?
Oh, nothing official. There are very few of us, but we help here and there. Questioning a victim of murder, clearing up disputed wills, and sometimes fetching back last words from a loved one.
You can get anything out of the dead and they just let you leave Navarra?
My gift has limitations. The dead only know what they did in life. What was clear under the sun is sometimes blurred when I revive them.
Makes sense.
Honestly, some conversations aren't worth the trouble. Death encourages obstinacy.
Good to chat. I'll let you get back to your letter.
Before you go, I wanted to thank you for your company in the Memorial Gardens. There's another ceremony I have to perform there. If you'd like to visit again. Not yet, but soon.
Sure, and I get missing home.
Sounds good. Sometimes I miss home too.
Rook, I'm not... well, perhaps a little.
You'll cheer up once we look at some graves, I bet.
The ceremony should be most centering. I'll let you know when it's time.
Now, on one hand, I see why Emmerich is the least romance character in the game. I feel like with the right companion, with the right character, like starting point, can totally work. My Rook is like the rogue rambunctious type. So need somebody with that same kind of spirit, as they say. People are missing out, yeah. He's the most romantic and kinky. I can almost believe it. Wait, don't tell me Manfred likes to watch. I'm sorry, it was like, I had to think.
Hey, Harding?
Oh, Rook, hi. Is there something you need?
Lara made snacks. Seems like you could use one. Food always makes me feel better.
I could use some cheering up, actually.
It's Solus's memory, isn't
Well,
it?
They stole Titan blood to walk the world like humans. And when
well,
the Titans didn't like
Frosty
that,
certainly
they
picked
just
up on
took their
things.
spirits. Should I be angry or sad? Why aren't I angrier? It's a lot to handle.
I can believe it. There's a lot of flailing from his ends. Ah, yes.
This might be silly, but I'm sorry for what my gods did.
You're not them. And I'm not really the Titans. But
Harding is a
thanks for saying
Titan.
that, Rook. It's strange. I don't hate Solus for this, even though a part of me thinks I should. I don't even want revenge.
You almost pulled a 300 game.
Back, it can't erase what happened. And the Inquisitor thinks Solus can be saved. And I
Damn,
wanna try.
Striker, you'll get there.
I just want to talk. As equals. I wonder if he's even capable. Solus was always...
To clearly say you had a good night.
Guess it's hard to react when a magic rock's talking at you. Anyway...
First trend strikes.
Thanks for checking on me. I'll be alright.
I know. You're Lace Harding, child of Titans. You can handle anything.
Oh, shut up.
First 10 strikes. So, wait, there are like 10 frames, right? I forgot how many frames are in bowling, because the strikes like increase in scores, like it goes 10, 20, 40, 80. Yeah, I forget the actual scoring. It's been a 10th frame, you can get 3 strikes. Okay. Ah, so it was on the last. Yeah, like I was trying to do the math. Damn, so close.
Abundance.
All right.
You seem at home here. Or is it a front? You know something I don't?
He knows many things
So
that we
much for
don't.
a straight answer.
Nev, you don't strike me as an animal person. Besides cats, maybe.
Oh, I'm not. Back home, you find a creature bigger than a cat, and it's probably half demonic. Damned if a third of the cats aren't either.
I'm not surprised.
On the 11th
In
strike?
all things, I'm
Ah.
small, fluffy, and the most dangerous creature you'll ever meet.
Can't doubt you there.
What do you think, Asan? Is that like you?
Of all the nonsense we've run into, you're what's strange.
Asan? Really?
There's been a god or two I didn't expect. But bad mages trying to make the world worse, that's not new. I had an uncle who went on about wardens and griffins. Loved the feathered things. They were always the heroes. If we're getting bedtime stories turned real, having griffins in the world again, it's
Mr. Fantastic is a duelist. I can believe that. Same thing probably with Human Torch. Thing probably a tank, and Sue Storm support strategist.
Were you close with your uncle?
I didn't see him much, but yeah, we were. There aren't a lot of mages in my family, and in a city like Memrathis, it always matters. I learned quick who wanted to use me to step up the social ladder. My uncle wasn't one of them. He'd have talked your ear right off, Asan.
Maybe he's a sign. Good things coming out of disaster.
A lucky charm? I wouldn't go that far. But
I will.
We better keep you safe. Sing your praises and you still want something? I'll find you a treat if you don't tell Davrin. Have we got a deal?
She doesn't sing praises for just anyone. Yes, you're very inspiring.
Listen up. If Davrin finds crumbs, Rook takes the fall.
Oh, I see how it is.
You can shoot back Iron Man's ult with him. So they're trying to do counters. Alright, where's Belara? Oh, she's in...
Thanks again for dinner last night, Lucanus. That cream sauce.
A little mustard makes the difference.
A little mustard makes a difference.
Supplier in Treviso is
Oh, so... Hey, what's the best thing you've ever eaten? Something fancy?
We ate a prisoner's nightmare. He dreamed a bloodthirsty tree with 10,000 branches.
Hi, she was asking me, Spite.
Trying to see. Well, he has range and. Okay, he inflates, get big fist. His ult looks like Winston's. No, not necessarily Winston's, but that's what it comes across like. Like the big rage ground and... Well, it's not really... Winston doesn't really have like a ground and pound, but that's kind of like what it's... Alright.
Good taste.
Okay, goody. We've given all the items away. Well, like everybody has gotten a gift of sorts, I believe. Big hug.
Hi there, boy.
So I think that covers everyone, and so it was a very good night tonight, mainly because my way of exploration led to basically us being put on the path for a good ending of sorts. So, which is, hey, and it was just me roaming around finding, oh, there's this, there's these things, there's these things and these and there's these things and these stuff. And it puts us in a actually spot for tomorrow. Was like tomorrow we focus on the Habsburg area, because all the exploration there, we got all the achievements for Solus's memories. We went and taught stuff and things and stuff and things. Yes, I should put that on a shirt. Hydrations. Ooh, it's 21 degrees outside. If you don't have your heater on and you're in the Northeast, turn it on. But yeah. Wolverine Loki is gonna get just getting battle pass skins, right on. I gotta I have to probably at the very least have to at least log in, do like random Marvel Rivals matches, and probably if I wake up early enough in the day, I'll probably try and bang it out to try and work my way towards some achievements in that game. Mainly to get to level 20 for one and 100 matches on the other. So tomorrow definitely we will be focusing on the latest area that we arrived in, the Habsburg area, where the Blight and the Grey Ward and stuff. Probably will go. Well, Davern has to go. He's a Grey Warden. I don't know. I just like the idea because we have a triple elf, an elf trio that just like complements each other. It's like Balara's the mage, Dav is a tank of sorts, and Rook being a rogue. So that like I know it's like should mix and match, but this stylistically you got the three elves. It just works. Alrighty. So yes, more Dragon Age tomorrow night. Wednesday, depending on the availability of folks, Phasmophobia or Dragon Age. We shall see how that shakes out. Thursday definitely Dragon Age, Friday Mass Effect 2, and Saturday Dragon Age, with Sunday for Overwatch. So if you are new here and you are lurking, those are the patterns of stuff. Ready? So let me see. Let's see who is on, who's doing things. We got all sorts of stuff. I haven't seen Little Moolah streaming in a while. They're playing Bilateral, which looks like it's a... I have no clue what that is, but Little Moolah is always good for... I had to be streaming for a good while or so. Alright. So we get the raid messages going. So there'll be two messages that pop up. One for if you're not subbed to the channel, and the second one is, so if you want to do a copy and paste the raid message, there you go. So with that said, folks, thank you very much. Tighten your friendship bracelets, stay safe, stay warm and hydrated, and we'll see you tomorrow night for more Dragon Age. Catch you on the flip side, folks.